This is a sample problem on Newton's second law of motion. A man pushes a 20-kilogram box with a force of 300 newtons at an angle of 30 degrees above the horizontal as shown below. If the box moves with an acceleration of 2 meters per second square, what is the magnitude of friction on the box? So remember that in dealing with Newton's second law of motion, which is F net is equal to ma, we look at the forces that are acting on the axis where the object is going. So in this case, this object right here, which is the box, is moving in the x direction or horizontally, so therefore we're going to concern ourselves with the forces in the x direction. So if we look at this force the man is exerting, let's call this F. It is actually exerted somewhere between the x and the y axis. So if we're going to draw the Cartesian coordinate, this is the y axis and this is the x axis. So once again, we look at the forces that are acting on the x axis because this box right here should be moving in the horizontal direction. So hence, we have to solve for fx, and that fx is the x component of the person's force. This is our fx. And since fx is adjacent to the angle theta, which is 30 degrees, so we say fx is in fact equal to f cosine theta. Remember SOHCAHTOA. So since fx is adjacent to the angle 30 degrees, so fx is going to be f cosine theta. If it was opposite to the angle, then that component of the force would be f sine theta. Having said that, so we now have our f net. That would be fx. And it is mentioned in the problem that there is friction between the box and the surface. So friction should be pointing in the opposite direction. So this is our friction right there. And therefore, if fx is directed to the right, we will have it positive. So friction should be negative. So we will have minus f. And that is equal to ma. And now we expand this. So we have our fx is f cosine theta minus friction is equal to ma. Now we substitute the values. So the F is equal to, so the force exerted by the man is 300 newtons. So we'll have 300 newtons minus friction, which is what we need to solve for in this problem, is equal to ma, or the mass of the box, which is 20 kilograms, multiplied by the acceleration of the box, which is 2 meters per second. So if we plug these values in the calculator, we will have friction is equal to 260 newtons. Hence, we have solved the problem. So once again, remember that if we have a force that is exerted somewhere in between the x and the y axis, so we'll look at the component of that force that is in the same direction or in the same axis as the motion of the object.